Jude, I mean, he had chances through the game as well, and he was a real creative force for you.
Yeah, I thought there were lots of good creative performances, really. I thought Jared Bowen had an excellent game. I thought Ivan was very, very good. I thought we managed to get Phil into the game the longer it went on. You know, in the first half, the space for him on the left was blocked a bit. Actually, Jude was drifting out there, and there wasn't the space for Phil. But when we freed that up a bit after half-time, he managed to find that space and really had a good impact on the game. I thought James Maddison had a good impact when he came on. You know, all of the changes, all the players that came on had a good impact. So, and obviously Kobbie, from a creative aspect as well, gave us something completely different. So, yeah, Jude, of course, is the headline, and that competitive spirit, that desire not to lose, desire to win, in the end was decisive in getting the late goal. But I thought the whole team showed that throughout the game, and recovered from setbacks with a pretty inexperienced team, really, against a team that have got some very, very good players. So very pleased with a lot of what I saw tonight.
Right. Gareth, there have been a handful of setbacks over the last couple of games, but there have also been some surprising players who've stepped up and who've nailed the colours to the mast. How many players do you feel of your available 30, 40, 50, 60 who you're considering at present, how many do you feel are ready for the challenge of winning the European Championships?
I'd have to sit and go through it all, because I'm a little bit lost as to who we've got and who we haven't, really. So the great thing is, definitely some players have emerged positively from the opportunities they've had, and so, you know, we've perhaps got more depth in one respect, but the injuries are a concern, and yeah, we've got so many players missing at the moment, and we've still got the real heat of the season to come. So the intensity of the games, what's resting on the games, we're not going to know what we're left with until the end. But we'll just have to make the best decisions that we possibly can.
Hi, Gareth. Do you feel after these two games that you're closer to knowing your 23? And can I just ask a question about Marcus Rashford? And obviously he didn't come on tonight. Was that just a tactical your choice, or is he injured? Or?
So in terms of knowing the 23, I suppose refer to the previous answer a little bit, in that there's so many unknowns at the moment in terms of who might be available. So yes, these performances were very important for players to be able to see whether or not they could play against high-level opposition. But equally, the way that they play between now and the end of the season with their club in big matches is going to have a high tariff for us as well. So we will track all of that. No, I wanted to see Anthony Gordon again. I thought he had an excellent impact on the first game, and I thought that Maddison coming into that area could open things up for us a bit.
Okay, any other questions? To here, then Simon.
Gareth, I know we touched on this last time, but do you think Jude's going to get the protection from referees that he needs? Because he seems to spend quite a lot of time on the pitch quite upset about decisions going against him.
Yeah, I'd have to watch the game back to see the challenges tonight clearly. I mean, definitely on Saturday, a competitive game would have been refereed differently. So I'm not quite as clear on that in my head today. But yeah, look, he's a good player. We've got players that want to get on the ball in tight areas of the pitch, and there's going to be contact. If you're a top player, you're going to have to live with that. And I do think in tournament situations, qualifying situations, games are definitely refereed much more tightly.
Gareth, just two, if I may. One, what did you make of the way that Kobbie did in a midfield three with Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham first?
Well, his attributes are there for everybody to see, that ability to receive under pressure and ride challenges, to manipulate the ball in tight areas. We were a little bit more open. There's no doubt about that. You know, it's it's we wanted to press aggressively, and there were times where we turned the ball over on on the edge of their penalty box, and we actually had chances that we should have taken. The flip side of that was we had a little bit of a problem with Mangala pulling wide and Tielemans in the area that meant that if, when our centre-backs went in there, we were leaving Lukaku 1 against 1, and, we struggled with that a little bit. So there were things to think about within that. He gives us a different profile of midfield player to anything else we've got. And we're really pleased with what he's done. He's adapted and adjusted brilliantly. You can't believe his age, really, that he's just taken it all in his stride as he has.